It's your birthday! In 25 years, you've gone from looking like this cutie to looking like this cutie. From doing these kinds of shenanigans to doing these kinds of shenanigans. Everywhere you go, from New York to Texas to the great unknown, you've put smiles on many faces and touched the hearts of many more. I can't believe how lucky I am. I love you. Happy birthday.
Wicked and weakness, you gotta see this. Yeah.
Happy birthday, Brendan!
Happy birthday!
Happy quadricentennial birthday, Brandon.
Happy birthday, Brandon!
Happy birthday, Brandon!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Brandon!
Happy birthday. Happy 25th birthday.
Happy 25th birthday.
Brandon, happy birthday! Say happy birthday! Now blow a kiss. Happy birthday, we love you!
Happy birthday. I'm happy to be doing this for you, and I hope you're doing well.
Well, it's a big, bold Brandon birthday, kiddo.
Happy birthday, you sexy beast. Can't wait to see you tonight.
Sugar happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Brandon!
Mình sinh nhật của Brandon.
Brandon dễ thương. Yeah. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Brandon.
Hi, Brandon. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Brandon. I like how we did that in unison. It was really good. It's really good, guys. I'm an individual. I like to be individual when I say things. I didn't say it like that.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Brandon. Happy birthday to you.
The funniest story or joke that you ever told me was at a friend's giving, and it involved a toothbrush. And I'm just going to leave it at that, but it was a very unique story and it was hilarious.
So an Orthodox Jewish man is sitting in the sauna at the gym, and he's schwitzing, and finally he turns to the guy next to him and says, "Listen, I got a real problem." The other man, also an Orthodox Jewish man, says, "How can I help?" And the first man says, "Well, listen, it's about my son. A few weeks ago, he came back from Israel. He's a good boy. We sent him off to Israel, and he came back, and he became a Christian. I don't know what to do." And the second man says, "It's funny you should mention it. My son went off to Israel on an exchange program for 3 weeks, came back, full-blown Christian. Nothing we could do about it." First man says, "Ay, it's a shanda. We should ask the rabbi." So they immediately put on their clothes and go to the synagogue and burst through the rabbi's door, and they say, Rabbi, we've got a problem. Both of our sons went to Israel, spent some time there, came back, Christians. And the rabbi says, "It's funny you should mention it. My son also went to Israel and came back a Christian." So they put their heads together and they decide that the only thing they can do is to go to Israel to find out what's going on. So they get on a plane, they fly El Al, they land in Ben Gurion, and the first thing they do is they go to the Kotel. And they go to the Kotel and they put on their tefillin and they're praying to God. And they say, "God, all of our sons went to Israel and became Christians." And God says, "It's funny you should mention that."
So
I tried to think of a joke, and I know you've told me many jokes in the years I've known you. I had trouble remembering one. Then I remembered one, so... Oh, I forgot.
My first memory with you was when we were at Lynn's wedding, and you taught me how to play tic-tac-toe. I've learned so many fun games since then, and I've just been so happy watching you grow, and just happy birthday.
Hey Brandon, just wanted to wish you a really, really happy birthday. Looking back at probably our favorite memory together, I'd have to say it was the first time Lynn wasn't third-wheeling us when we were watching the Texans game back in 2015. It was Texans versus Dolphins, and I don't know if you remember the score, but I remember the Texans beating the Dolphins 44-26. It was a great bonding experience for us. I remember I was wearing this shirt, and I'm wearing it for you again today just to remind you of how great that day was.
So I just wanted to remind you about a family trip that we all took a number of years ago. In fact, it was about 17 or 18 years ago. Norwegian cruise was not the finest cruise in the world, but it was really a special cruise because we were all there together and we're all family. But there are a few things that are kind of special about this trip. First is that your dad and I had become certified scuba divers, and we went on 3 or 4 really great scuba diving trips, none of which ever compared since then. The second was I had to take notes. I have to have notes because I'm retired now, so you need old notes. So the second thing was, the one thing that they did have that was really neat in the restaurants was they had this fondue, chocolate fondue for dessert. So we all had this fruit, we were dipping these marshmallows and bananas in this chocolate fondue, and it was really excellent. But what really stands out in my mind, and you probably won't remember this, but we came to one of these islands, and when we got off the ship at the island, and I don't know which island it was, because after a while they kind of all looked the same, but in this island there was this band playing. They were playing this great, it was like a 3 or 4 piece band. They were playing this great music, and you got so inspired that you started to dance. So we were standing there, watching you do this amazing dance for like 10, 15 minutes. And I didn't know if you remember that or not, but I wanted you to have that today as a memory on your 25th birthday. So happy birthday to you, Brandon.
I'm gonna sort of build on what Uncle Art said. When we were on that Norwegian trip and we were traveling on a river raft through the jungle, we were going for lunch in the middle of the jungle, and everybody was raving about this food. It was so terrific. You were a finicky eater, so your mom made a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and sort of got it off the ship, and that's what you had for lunch. And later on that evening, you were the only person on the whole ship that wasn't sick. Then a couple years later, for Grandfather's 80th birthday, we went to the Rainbow Room, and we had a great band there, and you were, the bandstand was in one place, but the floor kept rotating around, and you were standing in a certain place, and you were feeling the music, you were dancing to the music, and suddenly this very pretty blonde woman sees you, grabs you, and starts twirling you all around the floor, and you were having a really good time. So those are 2 memories from when you were little. I love you very much. Have a wonderful 25th birthday, and we can't wait to see you.
I think that, Brandon, you might be a beagle, because a beagle doesn't aspire to be a poodle or a terrier. A beagle embraces the smart and loving breed that they are.
I'm gonna go with ring-tailed lemur.
Oh,
I think that's
not a dog.
That's not a breed of dog?
Maybe. Chihuahua.
Chihuahuas are like gross little rats.
Yeah, like
I'm not saying anything Brandon is. That's fair. I can't argue with that. Oh, if we don't do breed of dogs, then I would just say like a chimpanzee. No, I'm doing breeds of dogs.
So like a bonobo?
Yeah, that's a dog.
If Brandon was a dog, he'd be a golden retriever. Just like this breed of dog, Brandon is friendly, kind, intelligent, light-hearted, and easily distractible.
And you know, if for some reason I were asked to, I would probably describe your butt as being mighty fine. But you know, only if I were asked.
I had a dream about Brandon's butt last night,
It was a pretty good dream. I'll just leave it at that.
I mean, to be fair, I'm assuming you never told him that he wanted to squeeze his butt.
I have not.
Yeah, that's. So I think the 2 for 1. I think we should explore that a little bit more. Your butt always looked really nice in those jeans you used to wear.
Which ones?
You know, the jeans he always wore.
The jeans?
Yeah, the jeans.
With the pockets?
Well, yeah. Those are the jeans he wore.
Jeans, the ones with the pockets. So you should have said so.
I thought that was implied.
I also want to talk about something on a little bit more of a serious note. It's more of a public health issue and public service announcement, but, you know, this ass right here, this has got to be contained. I mean, this is just inappropriately sexy.
Your butt is so good, it looks like a bubble. Pop, pop. There goes my heart.
Brandon's butt is good. I would like to squeeze the butt. Please let me squeeze it.
Brandon's butt is cute, flat, perky, warm, soft, squishy, and always in your face.
That ass of Brandon. Oh, how it tempts me daily. But Lynn, I am not.
I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. Now when a girl walks in with an itty bitty waist and a round thing in your face, you get sprung. Wanna pull up tough cause you notice that butt was stuffed. Deep in the jeans she's wearing. I'm hooked and I can't stop staring. Baby got back. Baby got back. Little in the middle, but she got much back.
Happy 25th. We want to give you a quick shout out. So something nice about you is that you just have such a great personality. It's hard to be in a bad mood around you. You're so funny. You've just always been in a great mood.
Hey Brandon, we've known each other for like 7-ish years at this point, and it's been a pleasure getting to know you and knowing that I can say all the inappropriate things in front of you and Len, and it's okay.
And I've really appreciated our D&D together with your awesome wizardry and craziness that you were doing, and also I really appreciate your Skyrim mod info because I could not do that by myself. Yeah.
Alright, well we wish you a happy birthday.
Hi Brandon, it's Victoria. Happy birthday! I can't believe you're 25 already. It seems like yesterday we were watching Game of Thrones in your apartment at Hopkins. I just want to thank you for being you and Lynn, I guess. One of the very first people that welcomed me into the Hopkins community. I don't think I could have survived freshman year without you. And I hope you have a wonderful birthday. Miss you. Hope you're doing well.
Brandon, you've always been able to elicit a certain reaction from people. Stephanie D'Abruzzo walked at the subway after Avenue Q. Allison Mack talked to you during intermission pajama game. Hank Azaria did a live performance of Comic Book Guy for you. And Lin-Manuel Miranda told you exactly how long you were going to have to wait for the mixtape. You'll be ready when it's ready, kid. Now, I don't know if you're going to be able to elicit the same reaction from famous people now that you are 25, and less tiny, and less cute. And I don't know if I'm still going to be able to carry you to the car forever. But I know that you are not going to approach people differently, and I know that you are not going to stop letting me try to carry you to the car, because you are still going to be that kid, and unlike other people who are over 25, you are not going to let that change who you are, and you are not going to become a more boring person who doesn't reach out. And I am still going to be here as long as you want me to tell people, I think what my brother means is. So I'm glad that you are staying who you are, Brandon. I love you, and happy 25th birthday.
Congratulations on turning 25.
So as you may know, I turned 25 12 days before you, which means that I am 0.13% older than you are. But when we're 50, I will be only 0.06% older than you. And eventually, our relative ages will converge into a single, infinite lifespan. And together, we will hang out on Mars and drink interesting space cocktails. Okay, happy birthday. Invite me down to Texas sometime. Yeehaw!
At 25, Brandon, grab the world by the balls.
Aloha, Brandon. Ben Zucker here, Maui, Hawaii. I'm at Kapalua, a place nicknamed the Dragon's Teeth. Let's take a look. I've brought you here to illustrate an important lesson. Now that you're done with your early 20s and you're moving on to your mid-20s, sometimes you just need to take a leap of faith. I'm not going to do it right now, but sometimes that's the thing to do. Happy birthday, by the way.
Hey Brandon, we were just sitting here thinking about you and wanted to wish you a happy birthday. We hope that you have an awesome day and that it's all you ever wanted.
Hey Brandon, just wanted to wish you a very happy birthday. Hope you have an amazing day. Hope it's an awesome time. Also, just wanted to again thank you so much for being an awesome and amazing person, and for coming out and helping my family, helping me and my family clear out our house. Really appreciate it. But yeah, wishing you the best. Just wishing you the best on your birthday, and well, just in life in general. Have a good one.
Hi, Brandon Epstein. It's me, Jen Diamond. You know me from college. And happy birthday. I hope that you are very dry in Texas right now and that you're not on a boat. You're a very good boy. So I thought you might want to hear a birthday greeting from a very good girl. Her name is Lola, and she's so good. Hold on. Lola. Hi. Happy birthday. Yeah, stretch. Happy birthday, Brandon.
Coming at you from deep in a cavern of studying to give you this birthday message. Make it a good one, buddy. I hope getting back to Houston has been okay, and blow out some candles on the virtual reality birthday cake for me. See you, buddy. Oh, also enjoy some pantsless bacon. I saw that picture come up recently.
I also wanted to show you, as a bonus, my friend got a corgi today, and he's super cute. His name is Pax, and hopefully you'll get to meet him sometime. So that's it. Happy birthday again, and thanks for being the awesome, excellent person that you are, that always makes everyone feel super special and welcome.
Hey Brandon, happy birthday, man. I hope you're having an awesome day, and I hope that in this year I'll get to see you in the great state of Indiana.
Okay, is this working? Okay. Oh hey, didn't see you there. My name is Jonathan. My name's Jonathan, and I'm just here to say happy birthday to Brandon. Yeah, happy birthday, Branton. Happy birthday, Branton. It's I think just wonderful that you're having another birthday again, just like every fucking year. Anyway, I just want to say, I think you're a pretty cool guy. And I think overall, you are more funny than not in general. I think that's a pretty fair assessment of it, I guess. If I had to think leaning between funny and not funny, the scale slightly tipped towards funny, I would say, overall. Mostly, usually, occasionally. I did like that one joke that you once called me up at work just to tell me to scream over the phone. That was actually, I really enjoyed that. That made me laugh for the rest of the day. So I really appreciate when you do nice things like that. That's it. Happy birthday!
Здравствуй, это моя собака Artemis, и я Татьяна. Я не знаю, что говорить. Вы хотите видеть мое попечение от женщины, которая шла слишком много печенья? С день рождения.
Hey Brandon, wanted to wish you a happy 25th birthday. I can't believe we met, 9-10 years ago when you were in high school. And I immediately knew from the very first thing that came out of your mouth that we were going to be fast friends. I hope that your birthday's everything that you want it to be. I hope the day brings you joy and happiness. And you deserve it all. So happy birthday, and I'll keep the embarrassing stories to when I get to see you next. Have a great day. Love you.
The joy of Brandon is the pleasure of his smile and not its retreat. Have a wonderful and very happy birthday.
Hey Brandon, it's Steve and Laura. And
Hi, Brandon.
Happy birthday. We had what was going to be the funniest video, but we in fact didn't want other people to feel bad at how less funny their stuff was, so we're just sending this.
Because we're so kind.
Yeah, it was really funny.
It was hard. It was hard to not be able to send it.
I peed a little bit and see it.
I don't think we should say this.
Like people within 3 miles all peed a little bit.
We've had a fun quarter century with the amazing Brandon Epstein. From pizza parties in Norwalk to gourmet dinners that didn't suck, to snorkeling in Turks and Caicos in its crystal blue waters. From zipping down Park City slopes and learning all the ropes. Dancing at your bar mitzvah, singing all your favorite songs, incredible memories, packed in 25 years. Happy birthday, Brandon. Happy birthday, Brandon. The Fleischers all love you. The Fleischers all love you. Have fun.
Happy birthday, Brandon. Do you remember that? That's the stand-up paddleboard. Ethan to stand up on. Wah, wah. Have a happy birthday. Look forward to your next visit.
Brandon, we've watched you grow from a little puppy, Thanksgiving to Thanksgiving to Thanksgiving, to a full-grown dog. Happy birthday. Happy 25th birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Brandon. Woo, 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 woo. Happy birthday to you. Woo-hoo, woo, woo-hoo, mwah, mwah.
Happy birthday, Brandon! You're such a smart guy and you know so much, so we thought these were a few facts that you would appreciate.
Did you know that hippos sweat red?
Did you know that a group of hedgehogs is called a prickle? Did you know that when otters fall asleep, they hold hands so they don't drift apart? We love you, Brandon!
We love you!
Put your hands up! Brandon, it ain't random that we're singing this song in tandem. We thought we'd harmonize so you could realize all the ways we want to say happy birthday. Growing up, we sure had a lot of fun. When it comes to dog rappers, you are number one. When it comes to other rappers, you're an 8 or 9. It's still a pretty big deal for rappers of all time.
delighted to participate in this celebration of your special birthday. You were unique, you're one of a kind, our first grandson, and certainly the first in a number of things. I knew from the beginning, from the very first act, that you'd be very creative and that you can make the world a better place. When you came to and were with us when you were at the age of 3, just before Passover, and when you heard about Moses, you decided you wanted to be Moses, and every morning you woke me up and said, let my people go. And because you made me the Pharaoh, I would always say, no, 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 but you were right, and you did let the people go. And then, again, at 8, when you wanted to save me as a queen and were rescuing me from the pool in Weston, and I said at this time, I knew that you were so special. To this day, I know you're going to be 25 years old and you're all grown up, but remember these things, and I know you do, in your heart and in your mind, to make the world a better place. Stay creative and stay as handsome and as loving as you always been. Love you, Ron. Happy birthday, dear.
Dear Brandon, my only grandchild, a blessing. You are possessed of so many wonderful characteristics. You are loving, caring, warm. You're intelligent. You're funny. You're handsome. And you are certainly authentic. If I have any advice to give to you at this time, it would be to set goals in all aspects of your life, and then to enjoy the journey to their fulfillment. Love you. Happy birthday.
Oh, Brandon, when you smile, I am undone. My son, look at my son. Pride is just the word I'm looking for. There is so much more for me to say. Brandon, you outshine the morning sun. My son, when you smile, you radiate and the world illuminates. Your dinner shows would astound. Each night when you clown around, it's true, I saw the man you would be. I fought so you could believe in you. Your wit on pages, your creation. Your vision's right for you. You write what's right for you. You're standing on a strong foundation. We passed it on to you. We want the world for you, and you blow us all away. Happy birthday. Yes, you blow us all away. Happy birthday.
Happy 25th birthday, Brandon. I love you very much. One on the right side, one on the left side, one in the middle, and a kiss.
Brandon, happy birthday. As a celebration, here is a very brief history of your 25 years on Earth. Here we go. As a baby, you were born in Newark, Connecticut. You were beautiful, adorable, and happy. You had a favorite stuffed animal. That's a gun bear. You named him Maccabee. At a very early age, you loved stories and storytelling. You particularly liked stories about Draco and Tristan the Dragon. Actually, you did your own account of your first 9 years on Earth in Brandon's timeline. A couple highlights there. Turns out to be you learned to crawl, you said your first word, na-na-na, you got your dog Chance, you gave away your dog Chance, you got your dog Millie, you began your obsession with cheese, and you started a play about a rainforest. So, let's dive in. That is our beloved dog Millie, who we missed, but you did immortalize in one of your best Sculpey sculptures. There's Millie. You weren't kidding about the obsession with cheese when other kids were drawing superheroes. You drew Super Cheese Man. You also won some awards in that period. Surprisingly, Best Singer, Camp Kiwi, obviously pre-puberty, and you've always been good at capturing reptiles, and amphibians as commemorated in this award from Camp Chateauguay. You started reading early, and Harry Potter was one of the first big books you read at least half before reading all of them on your own. And you liked comics and comic strips. Your touchstone superheroes and comic characters were Spider-Man, ElfQuest, and Invincible, which I always consider ours, and of course, Calvin and Hobbes. Loved Calvin and Hobbes. You were bar mitzvahed, your first big public performance, where you famously had some nice writing where you said, "Today I am a man. Monday I go back to school." At about that time, we started taking some big trips, which included Israel, Africa, Costa Rica, and of course the Virgin Islands, where you became certified an open water diver, and now you have scuba dived all over the world. Performance in theater became very important when you were in high school. Here are some plays that you were in, and a lot of plays that you saw. But performances weren't limited to the stage. Sometimes they're around the dinner table, like the time you decided to put over 20 blueberries in your mouth all at once. Your best sport may be Frisbee, and I have indelible memories of playing with you in many locations all over the country and the world. You graduated Briarcliff High School, you got into Johns Hopkins, we are very proud, where you met a wonderful girl named Lynn, who is smart, talented, funny, and clearly beautiful. While you were in college, you also developed a love for other writers too. Here are some of your favorites. And who can forget this? Now, you could have had this view, but you decided instead after a few months, you wanted to be with the girl you love, Lynn. So you moved to Houston and you lived through Hurricane Harvey and lots of flooding. So anyway, Brandon, it has been a very interesting 25 years. We love you very much, and happy, happy birthday, and right back at you, son. Here's to you from your dad. I love you, son.
Which one is Brandon again?
Excuse me.
Okay. Oh, all right. They're kicking us out.
Yeah.
We have to leave. Bye, Brandon.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Brendan. Happy birthday to Happy 16th birthday, Brandon. Guess what? You're gonna have one of these bad boys soon. You'll be able to drive too. Tell them I said hi.
It's not even my birthday.